What if I told you that there was a stone found in the country of Jordan that was shattered, burned, buried, recovered, reassembled, and that this stone turned out to be one of the most important archaeological discoveries of all time? Stay tuned to learn more.
Welcome to Faith Affirming Findings, a podcast dedicated to sharing with you
the incredible discoveries from the field of biblical archaeology.
These findings will strengthen your faith, affirm the historicity of Scripture, and provide you with unique insights into the culture and background of the Bible.
Now, here is your host, Associate Professor of Bible Exposition at Dallas Theological Seminary,
Dr. Paul Weaver.
In this episode, I am excited to share with you about the 𝐵𝐶 stele, also known as the Moabite Stone. This stone speaks of kings, cities, and pagan gods that are mentioned in the Bible. It even names Yahweh himself. Let me tell you more. It all began in Dibon, Jordan, just 13 miles east of the Dead Sea and 43 miles south of Amman, Jordan. There, a Bedouin tribe unearthed a mysterious black stone dated to the 9th century BC. It stood 4.1 feet tall, 2.26 feet wide, and 14.6 inches deep. It had an engraving that included 34 lines of ancient script. They couldn't read it, but they knew it must be important. Enter F.A. Klein, an Anglican missionary who was traveling through the region. When the Bedouins showed him the stone, which, by the way, he was the first Westerner to see this stone, he immediately recognized its significance. He then reported the discovery to European scholars, and a race began to obtain it. But unfortunately, the negotiations did not go well. When the German consul finally struck a deal with the Bedouin tribe to acquire it, the stone needed to be moved through a rival tribe's territory. That tribe refused. Then the Ottoman authorities tried to intervene. The Bedouins, who hated the Ottomans, took drastic action. They heated the stone in fire, then poured cold water on it. The result? Crack! The stone shattered into dozens of pieces. Some of the Bedouins believed that this stone held magical spiritual powers, and so they dispersed the pieces and hid the fragments in their granaries. But thankfully, that is not the end of the story. Eventually, 57 fragments were found and carefully reassembled. And thankfully, in addition to that, a Frenchman named Clermont had taken a paper impression of the entire inscription before it was destroyed. Because of him, we've been able to reconstruct most of the original text. So what is the Moabite Stone, and what did it say? The Moabite Stone was a victory stele that was commissioned by King 𝐵𝐶 of the Moabites in the 9th century BC to proclaim his military conquests. 𝐵𝐶 praises his god Chemosh for victory over Israel. Here is a portion of what King 𝐵𝐶 wrote. I am 𝐵𝐶, son of Chemosh, the king of Moab. My father was king over Moab for 30 years. Omri was king of Israel, and he oppressed Moab for many days. For Chemosh was angry with his land. And Chemosh said to me, go take Nebo from Israel. I took from there the vessels of Yahweh and hauled them before the face of Chemosh. The inscription on the 𝐵𝐶 stele parallels 2 Kings chapter 3, which says 𝐵𝐶 was a king who paid tribute to Israel until he rebelled. The Bible records Israel's perspective. The 𝐵𝐶 stele tells Moab's perspective, but both point to the same historical reality. The Moabite Stone, named after the Moabite people in the Bible, is incredibly significant and faith-affirming. It affirms the veracity of Scripture by corroborating many historical details found in the Hebrew Bible. There are at least 8 different ways that this Moabite stone affirms Scripture. First, the Moabite stone identifies Omri as the king of Israel, just as the Bible states. Second, the Moabite stone identifies Moab to be a historical land and the Moabites to be a real historical people group, just as the Bible repeatedly identifies. Third, the Moabite stone names Mesha as the king of Moab, just as the Bible indicates. Fourth, the Moabite stone affirms that Omri and his son oppressed the Moabites, which may be Mesha's interpretation of being required to pay tribute to Omri and Ahab. Fifth, the Moabite stone names many other Moabite cities, including Nebo, that are mentioned in the prophets. Sixth, just like the Hebrew Bible, the Moabite stone speaks of the tribe of Gad, which was given the region of Moab as its tribal allotment by Yahweh. Seventh, the inscription uses the same personal name of Israel's God, Yahweh. Eighth, and finally, the Moabite stone identifies the Moabite god, Chemosh. This is the same God that Solomon shamefully permitted a high place to be built for the Moabites to worship Chemosh. The Moabite stone indeed affirms the historical accuracy of Scripture on many levels. It is an incredibly faith-affirming find. Today, the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 stele is housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. And that is your faith-affirming finding of the week. If you enjoy learning how the Bible is affirmed by the archaeological record, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others. See you next time.
Faith Affirming Findings podcast is a listener-supported podcast devoted to affirming your faith in the reliability of Scripture and illuminating your understanding of Scripture.
If you would like to help sponsor the Faith Affirming Finding podcast,
You can make a tax-deductible donation of any amount, large or small,
at faithaffirmingfindings.com. That's faithaffirmingfindings.com and click on the Give tab.
We hope you'll join us again next week for another exciting Faith Affirming Finding.